Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, we have all the news from this weekend's BravoCon, including the new cast of The Real Housewives of New York. Then, he's in the #1 show on Netflix. Josh Broughton is here to tell us about what it was like becoming Jeffrey Dahmer's father. And we're opening up The Jason Show Mailbag. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Jason Show. Hello, I'm Jace. Please welcome my dear friend. Hold on a minute. Let's just acknowledge. Lear, just go ahead and come to me. Can we acknowledge that, first of all, there's no audience. Something happened with our audience reservation system today. Thank you. There's Aaron. Number 2, let's also acknowledge that Kendall's mic isn't working. Can I, and so this is what happens. Executive producer Jeff isn't here. And it's not like everyone else, just go ahead and walk in the shot. It doesn't matter anymore. We're one step from, there we go. Every single time, and this is and it's not like we can't handle it. Ted's an adult. I'm sort of an adult. Aaron's an adult. Addie, Eric, Rob, we're all adults. But for some reason, every time that man takes a day off, it is Harry Carey. It is absolute chaos. Right?
Can you hear me?
Is your mic working?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. There were batteries in it. We don't know what was wrong with them. They just weren't working.
But right? Am I right? Every
it's so true.
time.
Every time. We joked about it at our happy hour on Thursday.
Yeah.
We were like, when you leave, everything goes to cahoots. And like, I don't know why that is.
Every single time. Again, audience system didn't work, so no one's here because no one reserved.
Hello.
But Aaron's here.
Aaron's here.
Your mic's not working. Ted's gonna malfunction soon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We forgot to give him that extra cup of coffee.
I know. Anyway, hi. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome home.
Thank you. I got home, and if you ever like a Sunday trip and you come home, you know how Mondays are, and that's kind of how I'm feeling. And I want to say thank you to the crew. I went to Vegas over the weekend, and I want to say thanks to the Delta crew on my flight back last night. They are a Minneapolis-based crew. We landed at about 11:30, so you can look at my face. You can see I'm tired.
Looks great.
Thank you. We landed, and then we go up to the gate, okay? And you're thinking, oh, we're going to get off soon. And we're sitting in the plane, and no one's moving. And we're not getting off. The doors are not opening. And then the captain comes over the intercom.
This is your captain speaking. You may notice that we're not off the plane yet.
Oh, thank you, Captain
I said,
Obvious.
well, thank you. Thank you. I've noticed.
It seems that we want to move, but the jetway doesn't want to move. So we appreciate your patience.
And I always love when they say that. You know, we appreciate your patience. The truth of the matter is we don't really have patience. We just want to get, but it's not the captain's fault. So I'm looking out my window. I'm on the left side of the plane, and I see the jetway. And it's literally, I feel bad for the employees because you know the crane game where you try to, the claw?
Oh, yeah.
Where you try to make the claw, and you try to get the claw, and then you press the button to release the claw to try to grab the stuffed animal. That's what they were trying to do with the jetway. They're trying to get it lined up to our aircraft. And I'm laughing, and then the I don't know, and you found out they usually train at night.
I didn't know this, but this just happened to me with my flight from Mexico City. They're like, we're in training, and then the flight attendant behind me was talking to somebody about how, oh yeah, this is sometimes what happens. I'm like, we train in the middle of the night?
Well, I mean, I get why, but they did a fine job. You know, they claw gamed the jetway, and then we got off. And then there's a guy in front of us, and he cracked me up. I wish, I don't know about you, and we'll get to the hot dish, but I don't know about you, but
it takes a while for me to fall asleep. We had a guy in front of us, no joke, my dear friends, boards the plane, he sits down, and within 30 seconds, this is him. Out for the entire flight. He didn't wake up for food, snacks, beverages, the jetway, nothing.
I'm shocked about two things.
What?
One, that someone can fall asleep that quickly, and two, that someone was actually sitting in front of you.
Yeah, whatever. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Very funny. Thank you. Please, hold your applause. Hold your applause until the gay comes to a complete stop. Thank you. The new cast of The Real Housewives of New York City was revealed yesterday at BravoCon. Is it 11 yet? The season will follow an all-new group of 7 women. Among the group is Jenna Lyons. Now, she's probably the most famous of this group. She's the former president of J. Crew. She's credited with turning them around. There's also a Somalian model turned philanthropist. There's a digital influencer, I love influencers, who's married to a plastic surgeon, and a self-described trophy wife in training. I'm going to give them a chance. I wouldn't like people to poo-poo on this show without giving a chance. But you know Roni means so much to me that I don't know if we needed this. I don't know if we needed an entire revamp. Why can't we have one person to connect to the old? This is the first time Bravo, not the first time, but this is rare for them to do that.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Have they ever just completely scrapped everything and gotten a new cast?
No, they've just canceled shows like Dallas and Miami, but now Miami's back. But I don't know. Again, I'm going to give these ladies a chance, but I was just really shocked that no news about the Legacy show was announced at BravoCon. And I get that they didn't want to take away from the thunder of the big announcement of the new crew, but I'm just going to be real. I didn't want this. I just give me my Legacy girls. And
I'm confused where the drama's going to be. I mean, we'll see, obviously, but just from the little bios, it's like, well, who's going to hate who and who's going to be mean?
But they do, yeah. And I hope there's a connection, because that's what the show was originally about, was a group of women who were sort of kind of friends.
Right.
And there were organic connections, so we'll see. Also at BravoCon, Lisa Rinna from Beverly Hills got a rather unfriendly reception. She got booed while she walked up, after she was introduced for the panel for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She says it was so great that she gave everyone the finger. This was her. Yeah, this was her interview afterwards. Now look, Rinna has driven me crazy this year, but I gotta hand it to her how she handled this. Because I'm sure it didn't feel great to get booed, but she didn't let him see her sweat. She laughed it off. She said she felt like a wrestler, and she played it off like she was owning it.
Right. Like,
smart.
Sure, I'll be your villain.
Smart.
Yeah.
But she did. I watched the tape. Girl, she got real booed. We couldn't afford the footage, but just trust me, she got booed. Yeah. One more piece of news from BravoCon. We're going to get a Real Housewives of New York spinoff with Sonia and Luann, called Welcome to, I thought it was Crappie Lake.
I thought that too.
No,
Crappie?
It's Crappie.
Oh, like the fish.
Like the fish. Welcome to Crappie Lake, where Luann and Sonia, kind of like A Simple Life. I know. My husband, Colin, called on the radio during the radio show. He goes, "It's not crappie, you moron. It's crappie.
It's a
like
panfish.
Yes. It's a panfish." Thank you for qualifying what kind of fish
welcome.
it is.
It is. It's a panfish when we catch them in the winter.
Can I check again? Is it 11 yet?
No,
not
sunnies,
yet.
No.
Anyway, that's going to debut next year. Next in the dish, Megan Thee Stallion was a guest host on SNL over the weekend. And forget Hot Girl Summer, how about Hot Girl Hospital? Look at this.
Oh, girl, I gotta work a double tonight.
Girl, I know, and I got a Wevoplasty followed by an emergency twerk exam. This job, I swear to God. Hold up. Who that?
My friend, he's been in an accident. I don't want to die.
He's bleeding. We don't do all that here.
You can go, sir.
When life is on the line, these are the 3 women who will answer the call, say something rude, then hang up.
Hey, I'm Charlie, New York Presbyterian, cardiology.
Okay. But we don't do that here. We do wigs, butts, and clothes. If you want something else, you're more than welcome to look around.
The New York Times calls it somehow empowering and regressive at the same time. And Variety says, I don't feel comfortable reviewing this as a white guy. 5 stars.
I need to speak to Dr. Simmons. It's an emergency.
Megan pulled double duty as host and musical guest. I almost called you Kenya. Kendall, you
Not to be
Real
confused with the
Housewives, yeah.
housewife.
You said during Weekend there was another funny skit at Weekend because I missed it.
Yeah, Weekend Update had this take on Hocus Pocus, why this group of moms in Dallas don't want you to see Hocus Pocus. And so they had the two come on and do this like hilarious skit where one of them gets taken in by a demon because she's on SNL.
Yeah, because there's a group of moms that think that if you watch Hocus Pocus,
you're going to HE double hockey sticks.
yeah, or you're going to be possessed by Mr. Mephistopheles. Yeah, believe me.
It's hilarious.
There are other movies that could possibly do that, not Hocus Pocus. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Save your energy. Save your energy. Yeah. Save your energy for Twin Cities Live.
Tepid applause.
Tepid applause. Tepid. Welcome back. Another clip from SNL over the weekend. So a group of SNL writers were talking about wellness, and that is our late night rewind.
It's so important as we get older that we start taking care of ourselves, you know what I mean? Like wellness.
Wellness, oh my God, it's so important.
My big thing I'm trying to crack right now is my screen time. Well, right now I'm up to 23 and a half hours a day.
You gotta do better.
That's not great.
I've been trying to get in shape. Have you guys heard of intermittent fasting?
Yeah, are you doing that?
No, I'm doing intermittent sleeping. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I'm not sleeping.
Is it working?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Mark, how about you?
Oh, well, I got this new post-workout smoothie I've been loving.
Oh, smoothie time. What's in it?
Just like milk, ice cream, chocolate sauce.
Oh, a milkshake.
A milkshake, yeah. Why? What did I say? Dude, we're doing so well. So good.
The best.
And I'm feeling kind of miserable.
So miserable.
The worst. Oh, guys, I'm on a new medication.
That's great, buddy.
It's like Zoloft, but just the side effects.
Oh.
So very depressed, but my is broken.
That sucks.
And I just signed up for a new gym.
Which one you go with?
This is gonna sound kind of weird, but it's called Cigarette Fitness.
Cigarette Fitness. That's right. I always do the cigarette thing wrong. Jeff always makes fun of me.
Oh, because you do this.
I always go like this. That's the wrong type of
wrong
cigarette.
kind of thing you smoke.
Yeah. It's time for proof I've never smoked. It's time for a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. It's our it's our friend Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Hey, good morning, Jason. Happy Monday.
Brad, I apologize. It's a little quiet in here today. The audience didn't show up.
They didn't show up. They just collectively decided that.
That's right. They just, like today, we're not going to come in. So, yeah. I feel like we're in the pandemic all over again here. Yeah.
Hey, they got to make up for it next week.
Yeah. Speaking of SNL, Megan Thee Stallion had some unwanted drama in her life before she did the show. What happened?
She sure did. She owns a house out here, Jason, and of course she was in New York City preparing for SNL all of last week as she was both the musical and the guest host. Her home was broken into here on Friday. We know, or I should say Thursday night, police were called on Friday. At least 2 men made their way inside through a back door they smashed, and between $300,000 and $400,000 worth of jewelry, cash, and electronics was stolen. Now, before she got on stage for SNL, she addressed her fans and said, look, I've been going really hard. I got to take a break. And you have to imagine that this burglary played part of that.
I can't. Look, it's never a good time, but you hear from people all the time that schedule is so rigorous, and it's such a cool moment for someone, and then to have to deal with a personal issue like that, you feel awful for her.
And not only that, I mean, for months and months and months, she's been traveling all around the world. She's been on tour. She probably felt, okay, this is my big weekend, have some fun on SNL, and then that happens.
Next, a plot twist in the Hailey Bieber, Selena Gomez feud. What's going on?
Plot twist is right, because over the weekend, Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber took a photo together. They were having fun. They were at an event. And if you don't know the history, of course, Justin Bieber dated Selena Gomez for a very long time, off and on. And then about 2 months after he and Selena split, he was engaged to Hailey Bieber. So a lot of people thought, okay, maybe there was some cheating going on there. Maybe there's some bad blood between these two. And I think Hailey and Selena have realized that recently as well, because they've kind of said some nice things about each other publicly. So to see them together in a photo, it appears that there's no love lost there.
Well, from one pop star to another, Billie Eilish went on a date recently.
She did, and we haven't seen Billie date a whole lot. She was with Jesse Rutherford, and if you don't know his name, you may know the band he's the singer of. It's called The Neighborhood. We got the photos of them there. They were at a vegan spot called Crossroads Kitchen over the weekend. And Billie's 20, he's 31, so a bit of an age discrepancy there, but I mean, she has been super famous for super long, traveled the world, and at least they got the music thing in common there too.
Absolutely. Brad, I'm going to walk the streets and try to find an audience, so we're going to let you go.
Just start wrangling them. Send some tweets out, something.
We're going to. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you next week.
Good luck. See you, Jason.
Thank you. Good luck. We're gonna thank you, Aaron.
We're going to go to the mall.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
For more of these stories, go to tmz.com.
Should just go mall walking and maybe we'll find a few.
It is, we will say, it's very calm in here. You know what I mean? I love the audience. It's my favorite part of the show. But it is, and maybe I need that today because I am a little tie-tie. So I've had 3 hours sleep.
Just take a nap in between the different segments of the show.
Could I? Maybe, yeah. Maybe you'll do a story, then I'll nap between stories.
Just smack really loud and wake up.
Perfect. Next, TV legend Norman Lear is 100 years old, but is still cranking out shows and laughs. There was a great profile yesterday of him on CBS Sunday Morning. Look at this.
You always manage to make us laugh, Norman, about the most dangerous things: racism, hatred, bigotry. Can you make us laugh today?
If I were doing it today,
yes,
I would have a 13-year-old daughter who represents everything I care about and is a pain in the ass talking about it in her brilliance and feelings about America. She would just at 13 know a lot about the foolishness of the human condition and recognize problems that her parents are living with that even they are not facing.
I have all the faith in the world in your creativity, but you're putting a lot on those slender shoulders. That 13-year-old's got a lot to carry.
She isn't going to get us out of this mess, but she's going to help.
Norman says he has a half a dozen shows in the works at 100. And at least one of them will have 10 episodes, meaning it's been picked up. The interesting thing about, I watched this on the plane. I love Norman Lear. Being a TV nerd like I am, TV is cyclical. Mm-hmm. And if you look at his heyday of All in the Family and Maude and the Jeffersons, One Day at a Time, that all took place in the 70s. And some of the same issues that we dealt with in the 70s, it's like a revolving door. We are 50 years later, oddly, we're dealing with them again. So there is a time and a place for shows like Norman Lear. You know, the good thing about Archie Bunker, his creation in All in the Family, was he was a bigot, he was a racist, he was a homophobic character, but the brilliance of Archie was you could laugh at Archie and his absurdness. Mm-hmm. That's where you could get away, quote unquote, you could get away with it. Mm-hmm. It's interesting, all of those things that Archie did and said, you couldn't run on television right now.
No.
Because we're in an era where everything offends everyone. Look, and there are realistic guidelines. There are things we shouldn't say anymore.
Right.
But you know me, I don't like, anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. But I think we need a show like All in the Family. Mm-hmm. I think we need a show like Maude, which he does want to reboot, by the way. Maude was the first show to deal with abortion. Mm-hmm. All in the Family dealt with racism. There was a famous episode where Archie kissed Sammy Davis Jr. There was a drag queen on All in the Family. CBS, there's a quote in that profile where
I think it was the Maude episode.
Yes, they talk about it.
Yes, and he said that CBS got thousands of letters when that episode aired with Maude.
Right.
Now they would get 10,000 emails compared to back then.
And I had no idea that had happened on Maude because it was before my time. But just watching that, and I'm even now, to your point, 50 years later, you would still have people so upset about something that we should be able to talk about.
Yeah, and to fill in the youngins, Maude starred B. Arthur, and there was an episode where Maude contemplated getting an abortion. I realize that not everyone's in my mind and has dumb TV knowledge that I have. Anyway, next in the dish. A doll comes to, what a transition. We go from, poor Ted. We go from Norman Lear to, a doll comes to life in an upcoming science fiction horror movie. The movie is called Megan, and this freaked Ted and me out in the office.
So much.
It follows a toy company roboticist who creates an artificial intelligence doll to become friends with her orphaned niece. The trailer dropped over the weekend, and we have to look at it together. Look at it.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
Megan, your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
Is that a doll?
Model 3 generative android. Megan, for short.
I can't believe you made this. I love it.
Wanna hang out, yeah, sounds like fun.
Great job.
It's nice to have a friend.
It's honestly like she's part of the family now.
They could be building emotional connections that are too hard to untangle.
She's the happiest she's been since her parents died. Eat the toppings, Katie.
Research shows if you force a child to eat vegetables, they'll be less likely to choose those foods as adults.
Is that so?
Yes. Experts say...
Megan, turn off.
I thought we were having a conversation.
Leave that damn thing in the woods to rot and rust.
Cut its head off. That's the only way you kill a witch. Cut its head off.
Burn it.
Burn it down.
Put it in a fire pit. No.
Light it up.
I don't want no animatronic. That makes, remember Small Wonder? You don't, you're young. Yes. We had a show in the 80s.
Oh,
we had a show in the 80s, yeah, called Small Wonder. Vicky was her name. She was this robot little girl. And you opened up her back.
Tell me more.
Her control panel was in her back. And you lifted it up and you could make her speak Portuguese or whatever. No, she was nice. That damn thing needs to be taken to church and exercised or something. Megan stands for Model 3 Generative Android, and it hits theaters in January.
Hard pass.
Oh, it's a hard pass. Next in the dish, big news over the weekend involving the crab industry in Alaska.
Bidding. Bouncing today.
This is poor Ted. He's turning chicken poop into chicken salad. Norman Lear, evil robot girl, and now I'm delivering news about the crab industry.
It's important.
The state, it's really actually serious, but it's affecting pop culture. The state of Alaska has canceled the upcoming snow crab fishing season. You might have read this over the weekend. Well, here's how it relates to pop culture. Discovery's monster hit show Deadliest Catch may have to go dark. The show has been on since 2005, for heaven's sake. It follows several fishing vessels in the high-stakes, high-risk crab fishing business. The state says crab counts have fallen nearly 90% in the last 3 years, and they need to rebuild the population, which the article I read in the Times said we're looking at 3 to 4 years because there are some youngins.
Some baby crab.
I don't know. That's my crab walk.
That's crab.
There's some young crabs walking around that they're seeing.
Yep.
But they need to
get big.
They need to mate.
They need to make babies. Is that how we mate now?
I don't know. What the hell do I look like? The
baby crabs make more baby crabs.
They mate.
Yep. Big news in the crab industry.
Is it 11 yet?
So close. Halfway there.
It's not 11 yet, is it? No, we got another half. Thank God Josh Broughton is here to add some class to the show. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment.
The dish is done, but don't go anywhere, friends. Next, actor, Minnesotan, and all-around good guy, Josh Broughton is back to talk about his role in the #1 show on Netflix, Dahmer. Then, my real review of Halloween Ends. And we're opening up the mailbag to see and hear what you have to say this week. That and more when we return.
You know, when I was a little kid, I dreamed of having my own show, and I dreamed that I would go from doing a show on a rock in my papaw's front yard, doing a show for raccoons and wayward forest creatures. And I thought one day I'm gonna do my own show. Never did I think that show would turn into the cluster that today's show is turning into.
Jeff, come back.
Because poor Ted is now dealing with the fact that Josh Broughton may not be able to hear us, but now I think we have him. We're going to test it.
We're good.
Here we go. Are you ready, audience?
I'm ready.
Our next guest has range when it comes to being a parent on TV. He's a dad on the Disney Channel, and most recently, he played a different type of dad. He was Jeffrey Dahmer's dad. Look.
Oh, no, Jeff. Actually, it's fine to be curious. Just be sure to wash your hands, okay?
How'd he die?
Don't know. Let's take a look. Well, could have just died because it doesn't look like somebody ate him. Oh, hang on a sec. Look at that. He's got a hole in his skull. Right there.
That is Dahmer, the #1 show on Netflix. It's available right now. Give it up for native Minnesotan and our good friend. It's Josh Broughton. Hi, Josh.
You see me okay?
I can't. There you go. I think you're.
Hey.
Oh, there you are. Josh, can you hear me?
Moving. Hey, I'm moving now. Look at that.
Yeah. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, good. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
You know, I'm doing really well. And first things first, I really did, and I'm not just saying this, the audience can tell you, I loved this show. And it's weird to say love about a show about a monster serial killer, but I loved it because of the entire cast. You guys all did such a great job, you included. And I felt proud because we're connected to you and we love you. What was it like, because you're dealing with such a heavy subject matter, I wondered, what was it like on the set? Did you guys have to keep it light because it was so heavy?
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's just such a sad story, you know. But I think, you know, our director Clement Burgo, he just wanted it to be authentic. So, you know, there was a lot of sadness and a lot of melancholy on set, and Nick, who plays young Jeffrey, was just so fantastic. And yeah, I did kind of have to step away every now and then between takes and just, you know, realize that I'm just Josh, you know, I'm just at work, but it's, yeah, it's like you said, it's just so, it's so sad.
What kind of research did you do? There's been, I mean, I know I did a deep dive into watching, you know, real testimony. I watched his interview on Oprah. A friend of mine, what kind of research did you do?
Yeah, I watched all the stuff I could find, probably a lot of the same stuff you were watching. There was a lot with Stone Phillips had a lot of interviews back in the day, and yeah, so I pretty much did a deep dive and watched several hours of YouTube, because I remember it growing up, but I was very young, and I think I only got part of the story back then.
I know there's been criticism from victims' families, and then just fans saying, "Oh, you're being sympathetic," or the production was. I got to tell you, Josh, I have a completely different take, and I wondered what you thought. I don't think the story, the direction, whatever, was showing sympathy toward Jeffrey. I actually thought the show did a really good job of showing the conflict with the father, because here you are, you know what I mean, Josh? Because here he is, he knows his son is a monster, but at the end of the day, he's still his son. Did you kind of feel that conflict even playing the younger version of him?
Yeah, and I think that was just, the idea was to try to retell this story in a new way that maybe we didn't hear about, when it first came out, or in some of the, there's been a lot of really good, films about the subject, but we just wanted to, I think Ryan, when he does these things, Ryan Murphy, he wants to help. He wants to make the world a better place in some way, and maybe tell a wrinkle to the story that you hadn't heard before. What can we do so that things like this don't happen to people in the oppressed communities, and they don't become victims, and we can enforce laws against monsters like this so that these things don't continue to happen.
I also think he did, especially in that episode 6 I've been telling the audience about, I think it humanized, we've seen these individuals as victims on a list. I think the show really humanized a good number of these poor men and put a human face on what was just a list on the news for a good chunk of the population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know about you. I mean, I think I'm on like episode 4 or 5 or something, because it's been so hard for me to watch it. Just to see how a misstep here or there.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden 5 more lives have been eradicated because somebody didn't do their job and make sure this guy was, was locked up or whatever.
I feel the same way.
It's very sad.
Well, Josh, thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Congratulations on a new season of the Secrets of Sulphur Springs, and we can't wait to have you back in person the next time you're home.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. And happy birthday to my dad, by the way.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Dad. I love you.
Thank you, Josh. We'll talk soon. The next season of the Secrets of Sulphur Springs will be debuting soon. And like I said, Dahmer is available right now on Netflix. We'll be right back. Back after this. Welcome back. As I mentioned last week, I saw Halloween Ends, but as you also heard, I didn't want to get in trouble. There was an embargo, and I didn't want Universal Studios coming to the studio and taking away our liquor license. So I couldn't really give my full review or thoughts until right now. So before I do, just in case you missed it, a little bit of the trailer. Look.
He killed my daughter, but tonight I will kill him. Come and get me. Maybe the only way he can die is if I die too. It all ends now.
Director J.J. Abrams said this once in reference to the Star Wars saga. He said it's easier to start a project than to land the plane. And it's true. A little more background. I love this franchise. It's my favorite horror franchise, so I come at this with affection. I liked it. I didn't love it. It's actually probably my least favorite of the 3 new ones, starting in 2018. The first 10 minutes had such promise, and then the middle
just kind of like Ryan Murphy'd. And what I mean by that is, you know how I feel about Ryan Murphy shows? They start off great, and then somebody grabs the wheel and takes the show down wackadoodle street. And that's what I feel kind of happened here. They focused on a new character a lot that I was like, why are we focusing on him so much? And which I kind of understand why they did it at the end. But still, like, Kyle Richards was barely in it. I wanted to see more of her and her bangs. Now, the positive is the final showdown between Michael and Lori was very realistic, and Jamie Lee Curtis fought for that. She didn't want fake movie fighting. It was brutal. It was a brutal final matchup. But everything up until that, I don't know. It was the middle was a lackluster to me. Kendall, you watched a few minutes of it?
I tried to watch it with my mom, and when I say try, it wasn't because it was too scary for me. I agree. The beginning was like suspense-filled, how Halloween is known for. And then all of a sudden we're focusing on some love story, and 35 minutes in, I still haven't even seen him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's the point? It's like, turn it off.
I was disappointed. Again, small L liked. Halloween Ends is available in theaters and on Peacock. When we come back, we're hearing from you in the mailbag. Next. Welcome back. It's Monday, and every Monday we love to hear what you have to say about the show, good, bad, indifferent. Leo, let's open up the mailbag.
You've got mail.
That's right. Oh, I'm getting hit by envelopes. Anyway, Leslie, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get any joy from today. Leslie is up. Oh, Leslie is up first. No, it's been fun. She says, I happened upon the show when I was on medical leave from work. Again, we are the official show of medical leaves and pregnancies and waiting rooms. It brightened my day and became a ritual to watch. I even turned it on for my clients at work some days. Well, thank you. That means a lot. I recently moved and found the Fox 9 app so I can still watch your show. So goodbye, cable, and hello, Jason. Thank you.
Bravo.
No, Kendall and I laugh because when we do Q&As or we're out in the public, we really do hear more than anything that people watch us on maternity and paternity leaves, in surgeries, waiting rooms, tire places.
Tire places is big.
Yeah.
Oil changes.
Yeah. Amber is next. Hi, Amber. She says, I've never seen the show, but my mother loves it. While at her house, the show was on, and I wanted to say how much respect I have for you, Jason. He talked about Whoopi and the new Sister Act movie. Of all the talk shows I've seen, Jason is the first to not try and make gossip or assumptions when discussing the look on Whoopi's face. I'll start watching the show now. Oh.
Nice.
You know what, that's really nice. Oh, that makes me happy.
It's true. You were like, you can't read into it. I mean,
no, because it would be real easy for us to be, to try to turn it into something like, because we need a story of like, ooh, look at Whoopi's face. You don't know what she was thinking. Because I know, I have a resting face that people can misread. No, I'm serious. I do.
Is he mad at me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just looking at you.
Hell, yeah. I mean, I have close people that think I'm mad, and I'm like, no, it's just, I have a resting bee face. Troy in Washington is next. Hi, Troy. He says, my wife and I love the show. We think you need to add a product to your swag shop. How about the Marmot wearing a Jason Show t-shirt? Now, if you don't know what the Marmot is, it's behind Kendall. Leo, take a shot right there. Yeah. We could little stuffed animals, little marmots. Because remember it's Ricky Tikki Tavi.
We're going to teach all the humans about marmots. Because,
that's right.
Why not?
We're going to try. Next is Carol. Carol says, she says, forget the Marmot. What the heck is that thing on the bookcase behind the couch? It's above the on-air sign and looks like a pile of men's underwear. Okay. That right there. Okay, all that is, my dear friend, is a vase from Crate and Barrel. I think we got it. I don't know. It's a stylized, but you're right. It does.
It looks like a balloon.
It does kind of look. It doesn't translate well on TV.
I always just assumed.
Hold on. Keep that shot, Leo. Don't move that shot. I'm gonna fix this right now.
I just assumed there was a story about it. Like
There isn't. No, are you kidding me?
From Oprah's
No, I'm going to
set.
move it right now. This is what we're going to do.
Just gonna.
Right there. There we go. Is that better? There's my first pair of Mickey ears. There we go.
Bravo.
I think that's better.
Bravissimo.
Okay, now let's hear from Sue. Sue says, thanks, Jason. I started watching The Mole on Netflix this afternoon. 6 episodes later, my whole day is gone. I couldn't stop watching. Thanks for the heads up about this thrilling show. Credit where credit's due, it was executive producer Jeff that told us about it. Baby Bjorn, producer Bjorn here, loves it. Addie loves it. 3 people that I trust their taste. And I'm hooked. I can't wait. Tonight we're going to continue watching it. Are you watching it?
Sorry, I'm on like horror shows only right now. What for? Like Halloween.
I heard Lord of the Rings finale was good. Have you watched it yet?
No, don't tell me anything.
Colin watched it on the plane. So here's what happened. At the end of the...
Oh my God! You
I'm
wanna
kidding!
lose me too?
I'm kidding!
I'm gonna turn my mic back off.
I'm sure it'll go off by itself with the day we're having. Finally, many of you had something to say about my best thing ever from last week. On Thursday, I shared my love for the Bissell stain removing pads, the Stomp and Remove or whatever the hell they're called. And I did a demonstration on a rug in our studio. Well, Donna says, very impressive. I just ordered them on Amazon. Julie writes in, ordered. Thank you, Julie. And Nancy says, your test is impressive. I just ordered them. I had to buy the pack of 20. If they don't work, Jason, I'm sending you the bill. Joking. No, Nancy, send them to me. I'll buy them from you. I bought the box of 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
It was good. That is, people ask me, Aaron knows this, like what's a joy that I get from the show?
Yeah.
One of my new answers is, I love when y'all trust us with our recommendations and you go buy the stuff or you watch the show. That makes my day. That means a great deal to us. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We need to update this because now, Addie, we're really big with the over 40 set on TikTok. Anyway, search for Jason. Search for Jason Show TV. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment.
Select crowd.
45 to dead. So I want to say really sincerely, these days are never fun for the technical crew. So thanks to our crew and Ted and Leo for dealing with a whole bunch of crap. I greatly appreciate it. It's time for Merch Monday. Our chance to share your pictures showing off your new swag that you bought from our swag store. Check out Laura rocking the Jason Show t-shirt in front of Mount Rushmore. Holy crap!
Nice.
Laura is from Anoka. Oh, by the way, I'm the Grand Marshal of the Anoka Halloween Parade on the 29th. Come see me. Yay! We'll all be there, by the way. We're turning it into a big party. She says, I love all that you and Kendall do every day to make me laugh. Well, we love you. If you want to score some merch, check out our swag shop. We offer mugs, t-shirts, water bottles, winter survival kits, crab boxes. If you aim your camera at the QR code right there, you'll take you right to the shop. Plus, we have links on our social media channels. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Welcome back. We're wrapping things up, and you know what it means. It's time for the surprise goodbye. Oprah loves bread, and I love Star Wars, and now our 2 greatest loves are coming together. Check out Pan Solo. It's a life-size sculpture of Han Solo made out of bread. The loaf stands 6 feet tall and is made out of 2 types of dough. It's on display in California, but will eventually be composted or turned into a giant salami sandwich. Tomorrow, Stephanie Hansen's back and she's talking chili. Plus, hopefully we'll have an audience. And we'll get the scoop from BravoCon with our new best friend, Michael Rappaport will join us live. That's right, he's basically on payroll now. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Thank you, Aaron. Please hold your applause.